Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about DIY advent calendars and also give you 20 ideas of what you can actually put inside it. Let's start by talking about how to put together a DIY advent calendar. So there's lots of options here. You can go bougie or you can go mega budget. Essentially what you're going to need is something to contain your 24 or 25 little items, or 12 if you want to do a 12-day advent calendar. I don't care, do whatever you want. And my advice with this is going to be picking something that you'd be happy to reuse. There are so many options on the market for reusable and like pre-built advent calendars. You can get some really beautiful ones. They don't have to be expensive. They sure can be expensive if you want them to be, if you want to invest in something specific, but you don't have to spend a lot of money on this part. In the same vein of buying a pre-built one and reusing it every year, if you have purchased like a beauty advent calendar from years past, I know some like alcohol advent calendars and like trinket advent calendars are similar to this, but they will come in like a really sturdy cardboard box type thing, usually with doors on them and little drawers that open up that contain the items. Those can also totally be reused. So if you have had the forethought to hold on to one from past years because it looked cute and you just like, oh, I'm going to use it for something, maybe one day, dust it off, get it out of whatever dark corner it's sitting in and reuse that. Other options are like mini gift boxes, gift bags, or mini stockings. I actually picked up some mini stockings to hang on what's it? The shop? IKEA. It's an IKEA. Like, it's actually meant to be for hanging Christmas cards on, but I worked out that I could hang anything I wanted on it. So I bought these tiny little cute as a button stockings and I would hang them on the IKEA like Christmas tree type thingy. Now I picked up these stockings because they were a pretty good price and I knew that they would be reusable. They're also quite festive. They've got that, it's a very traditional red and white Christmas stocking vibe, but they're also big enough to like hold decently sized things. I mostly wanted them for like makeup or skincare minis, but also they're not so big that it kind of defeats the purpose and it's, you know, looks weird. When it comes to using like boxes or bags, there are so many options on the market. I would say the only thing is like check your dimensions if you're buying anything online. You don't want to order something and then accidentally end up with like gift boxes that are like this big and all you want to put in there is like a tiny little snack chocolate bar or something. And if you don't want to do any of that, the best thing I would say is wrap them and number them. Pop them all into a cute little basket or like even a fruit bowl or something that you already have around the house and just open them up on the relevant day. Another option is a wall hanging advent calendar. I mentioned that I got one from IKEA that it's not even meant to be an advent calendar. Like I said, it was designed for Christmas cards, but you can get ones that are like felt and they'll have little pockets sewn into them. If you can imagine it, all you need to do is Google it along with advent calendar and you will probably find something that fits the aesthetic that you are particularly looking for. Okay, let's talk about 20 different ideas for things that you can put inside your advent calendar. Number one, we've got the obvious, lollies, chocolates, snacks of some sort. It's a really good option to DIY your own advent calendar if you want like a sweet or snacky advent calendar and you have dietary requirements. Like if you have a nut allergy or you can't have gluten or you're trying to limit sugar or limit carbs or something like that, this is a fantastic way to still enjoy that sort of snacky style advent calendar, but also actually be able to consume the things that are inside it. It is absolutely not difficult to find lollies, savory snacks like chips, chocolates in mini sizes that can go into an advent calendar. Hell, maybe you want full size chocolate bars and bags of lollies. I don't know. I'm not here to judge you. Do whatever you want. I DIY'd my own sweet advent calendar last year and I loved it. I would 100% do this again in the future. What I did was I used my little mini stockings and my hanging IKEA tree thing, and I went onto Amazon and I purchased a Sakura box. A Sakura box is basically like a Japanese snack box, and it contained all different types of Japanese lollies and savory snacks. I think there was even biscuits in there. And I gave the little stockings and the box to my mum and I just said, fill them please. I need 25 days. If you have to fill it for yourself, then just don't look as much. Just use your phalanges and feel around and stuff things in your little bags or boxes or stockings or whatever, little drawers. And then when December rolls around, you have little surprises to open every day. Next one is coffee, tea, and or hot chocolate. Now, this is going to depend on whether you like to drink any of these things. A coffee one would be fantastic for me. A tea one would be fantastic for me. And a hot chocolate one would also be fantastic for me because I like to consume all of those things. I think the only challenge with this one would be sourcing small individual items. Like, okay, you can buy a whole bunch of teas and put a tea bag in every day, but I mean, you're gonna end up with a lot of boxes of tea. Same thing is gonna go for coffee and hot chocolate. But if you shop around, you might be able to find some small packets or even some individually sold items. Next up is noodles, instant noodles. Now, this one intrigues me because one year I saw a noodle advent calendar at Costco and I have thought about that calendar ever since I saw it and wished that I had purchased it. Now, the awesome thing about doing an instant noodle advent calendar is you can find different types of instant noodles everywhere and they can be bought individually. Now, these ones would require a larger style of advent calendar. My suggestion would be little gift bags from places like Kmart or Target. I'm sure you could find them on Amazon or other retailers all around the globe. But what I love about this is you can literally have a different noodle every single day. That's probably really bad for you. Maybe just like open them and have like maybe one a week. Next up is a jigsaw puzzle. Now, you can buy these pre-made. I want one so bad, and maybe next year I will get myself one. But they can be a tiny bit expensive. So if you don't want to fork out the money, and I don't blame you because times are tough at the moment, what you can do is take a jigsaw puzzle that you already own and you can do one of two things with it. You can either put it together and then break it up into little sections and put pieces into individual days so that as you go through and put the puzzle together, it becomes, the whole puzzle. Or you can make it really challenging and you can just grab handfuls of jigsaw puzzle pieces from an incomplete puzzle, put them in the little bags or boxes, and then try to put them together over the space of the month. I feel like maybe this is one that I should do this year. I do have some jigsaw puzzles kicking around that I haven't even opened yet, but I think they're pretty big, so I'm not really sure that I'm gonna have the time. Maybe I should do it anyway. I feel like I'm gonna regret it if I don't do it. For those who absolutely love to read, I would suggest books. Now, books are probably an easy one to do because these can simply be wrapped and numbered. I don't know if I would recommend doing 25 books. That's a little bit, that's maybe a bit excessive. Although maybe you could do like 25 new books and then you open them like every day in the lead up to Christmas, and then you have like a couple of books, say 2 books to read every month for the rest of the year. I feel like that is reasonable. Now, if you think doing a book advent calendar would be quite expensive, I do have a tiny little tip for you. Go to an op shop, or if you're in the States, I think you call them thrift stores. Go there, have a look at the books, find some that you've never read before and you're interested in, wrap them up, and then open them in the lead up to Christmas. For something that would be fairly obvious considering the type of content I create, beauty samples. So skincare samples, hair care samples, makeup samples, body care samples, fragrance samples, all of the little beauty samples. Now, if you're a beauty lover, you probably already got these kicking around in spades. Gift with purchases, potentially stuff from past year's beauty advent calendars. So I want you to gather them together, get yourself 25 or more. I want you to stuff them into an advent calendar, probably one like a beauty advent calendar from years past that you've held on to, sitting in the dark corner that we spoke about earlier. Fill it up or get someone else to fill it up for you, so you definitely don't know what's inside each drawer or door or bag or box. And as you go through December, I want you to open one up every day, and I want you to focus on finishing it up. It's a panning advent calendar, and it's going to get some excess crap out of your life. It's going to encourage you to use up your samples, and also you might actually discover a product that you now love and adore. Here's one that is definitely going to be expensive to create. I do not have any ideas on how to make this more affordable. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. But an alcohol advent calendar is great fun, unless you don't drink. Don't do that, or you're pregnant, or you're underage. All of those things, no alcohol for you. But if you are an adult who doesn't mind a little drink every now and then, you can make yourself an alcohol advent calendar. What I love about the idea of creating a DIY alcohol advent calendar is you can put what you want in it. So you don't have to just be stuck with wine for the whole lead up to Christmas, or beer or spirits. Like, you can put whatever you want in there. You can put spirits, you can put non-alcoholic like mocktails in there, you can put beers, you can put ciders. Go and buy some of the Costco jelly shots and put them in there. I don't know, buy whatever you like and put it in there. And also remember, when it comes to an alcohol advent calendar, you don't have to drink it like every day. You can open it and set it aside and save it for a day when you want to try it. Responsible consumption of alcohol is very important. The next one is silly and fun, but you are going to have to be like over the legal age in whatever country you're in. Scratch tickets. This one can also be fairly affordable. Now, if you already had like one of the wall hanging advent calendars with the little pockets, you could pop on down to the newsagent or wherever you buy scratch tickets in your country and just buy like 25 of the $1 scratch tickets, pop them in the little thingies, and you scratch one every day. Little bonus thing that I saw a friend doing a few years back and then started doing for like our Christmas back in Melbourne and also for friends was I would buy scratch tickets and hang them on the tree instead of candy canes, because we always bought the candy canes and no one ever ate them. But also I bought some like a little bit more expensive scratch tickets, and when I went to friends' Christmas, I would also hang them on the tree as like a little Christmas gift. It's a fun idea for adults, but also please be responsible with gambling. Okay, next up, artisan foods. This is one that I want to do at some stage in the future. Definitely not this year, probably not next year. Sometime when the cost of living is not so painful. So an advent calendar like this would have like specialty jams or pâtés, nice fancy cheeses. You might get some really nice cured meats or, you know, salad dressings or other things like that. Something very important to keep in mind about an advent calendar like this is you have to be very smart about the storage. If you have anything that's perishable, you can't be wrapping ham and then putting it in an advent calendar and opening it on day 25. What I would actually recommend with an advent calendar like this is not opening it in the lead up to Christmas, but putting it together on the day of a gathering with friends or family, wrapping everything up individually, popping it all in a basket, and then having each guest go around, take it in turns, open up an item, and putting together like a grazing board or a cheese board, and everybody then gets to enjoy the nom noms on the day. Idea number 10 is socks. Christmas time in Australia is summer, so a sock advent calendar probably wouldn't be the most popular item to create for fellow Aussies. However, I would really love a super cozy winter sock advent calendar that I can open every day in the lead up to Christmas, and then I have like a stockpile of cozy socks for when winter does roll around, because my feet get cold and I like socks. Number 11 is newborn items. Now, this would be ideal for anyone who knows someone who is expecting a baby in the near future. I have actually tried to look up advent calendars for either newborn babies or for expectant mothers many years in a row, and I've seen some ideas, but none of them were actually that impressive. This is another one where I would recommend just gathering things up that you think would be great for a pregnant lady or potentially someone who has just had a baby. For this one, you can pop in things from a variety of categories. You could do some nice little snacks for mum. You could do some postpartum care items. You could do some new items for a newborn baby. Day 25, it's got to be like a lifetime supply of nappies. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Again, this is one that would be fairly expensive to put together, but could be a really lovely gesture for an expectant or new mum. Number 12, this is also a bit of a no-brainer since we're talking about advent calendars and Christmas, but Christmas decorations. This is a really good one to share with the family. If you've got little kids and they're like all like, oh my God, I love to decorate the tree, you could totally put together a little advent calendar that allows you to put up a new decoration every day throughout the lead up to Christmas. You also get to teach your kids about Advent and micromanage them while they put the decorations in the correct spots on the tree, not right next to each other. Next up, activity prompts. Now you can theme this however you like, but the basic premise is it would literally just be a little piece of paper that has a prompt for an activity that you're going to do on it. So if you wanted to do a Christmas themed one, you might do like bake some cookies, wrap some presents, watch a Christmas movie, something like that. This is another one where you are only limited by your imagination. You can make it any theme that you like. Along the same vein of that, the next one would be a productivity advent calendar. This is essentially daily prompts to get your life in order before Christmas. I would actually recommend doing a 12-day advent calendar with this one so that you don't get too overwhelmed. I would recommend prompts like go through your pantry and get rid of anything that is old and inedible, go through your linen cupboard and tidy it up, clean out, detail and wash your car, and go through your medicine cabinet. I'm sure you can think of many others as well. Number 15, arts and craft supplies. This could be super fun, and this can be adult themed or it can be targeted more at children. You can definitely find a lot of little DIY arts and craft kits for kids these days, and if you're not a kid but you still think that sounds fun, then you're an adult, you're allowed to buy it and do it. Like, do what makes you happy. It's arts and crafts, it's fine. If you're a knitter, a crocheter, a cross stitcher, if you like to sew, like there are so many types of arts and crafts out there, and you're only limited by this. I keep saying that. It's like whatever you want to put in it, you can put in it. If you like to crochet, go on the internet, find like 25 or 24, maybe even 12 of those like little, is it amigurumi, the little like crochet little toy cute things. I so want to make some of them. They're so adorable. Go and find the patterns for them. Get a couple of balls of wool, get all of your stuff together each day, pull out a pattern, put it together, cute as a button, super fun. Number 16, if you like to garden and you like plants like I do, then go and buy some seed packets, go and buy some little succulents, some air plants, whatever you want. Put together a little like planty plant advent calendar. This is another one that I really want to do for myself one year. I'm thinking I want to do like flowers, so I can grow some flowers in a little flower bed and then have nice fresh cut flowers for my own home. That, like, yes, oh my god, I can just picture it now. Oh, my life would be so much better. My life is really good. I just also think having my own garden of beautiful flowers would be nice. One that would be fantastic for the family is mini games. Now, this one popped into my mind when I was at Kmart doing my holiday shop with me. It would be pretty hard to fill a 25-day advent calendar with mini game. Oh, maybe not. It depends. It depends how much you're willing to like go digging for little mini games to play. But I would actually recommend potentially just doing like 7 days or even 12 and opening one up every day in the first week and using them to play throughout the month. Another one that I really love the idea of and will probably do myself one year is candles or fragrant oils. Fragrant oils themselves are usually quite small. They come in small bottles and it's very easy to find mini candles these days. I do think this one would be a little bit pricey though, so that's something to keep in mind, especially in this financial climate. One that I think would be quite affordable though would be an origami advent calendar. Now this could be fantastic for little ones who have just discovered origami and are in love with it. All you have to do is go out, buy a stack of origami paper and find some instructions online, print them out, fold them up, pop them into a little bag or a box or something like that into your hanging advent calendar on the wall, and you've got origami for days. And last but certainly not least, a self-care advent calendar. This should contain things like bath bombs so that you can soak in a bath. You want to do a face mask, a hair mask, foot masks. Get yourself one of those peeling feet masks. They're so satisfying. Perhaps even items to do a manicure or a brow tint. There's a multitude of things that you could put into an advent calendar like this, and you have options of how you open it. So you can open it every day and use that item for a little bit of pampering and self-care, or you can open it up throughout the lead up to Christmas, and then in the period between Christmas and New Year you can pamper yourself and get all of the things done. The face mask, the hair mask, the foot mask, do your nails, have a soak in the tub, all that good stuff. So that is it for my DIY advent calendar suggestions. If you have any other suggestions, leave them down below. If you tend to DIY your own advent calendars, tell me what you put in them. I want to know. I want to say a massive thank you to my channel members. I appreciate you guys so much. And until next time, I will see you soon. Bye.
Okay.